once again to Mallory and Hawes, freedom from abuse. And we say that because it's a smashing charity. Do support it because they do a lot of good, which is more than we can say about this programme. Welcome, Marilyn. But we do highlight things, don't we?
We certainly do. We certainly do. And thank you, Rodney. And I'm very pleased to say the weather is as bad over there as it is here.
It is. It's not quite so cold, I've got to admit, but it's cold for here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we've got fog here.
It's unique. We are privileged to get red alert warnings on our telephones, like
Yes.
much of the rest of the world. Oh, but they do it here when it rains. Can you imagine that in England? There'd be every day, the kids are not in school, it's red alert. Well, you notice when it does rain here, the Spanish do not drive because they have to use their windscreen wipers and they've got an allergy or something. And they just don't know how to drive in the wet. So they stay
Well,
off
it
the
is a
road.
different way of driving, definitely.
It is. But don't forget, and to be fair, it can happen in Britain after a long dry spell.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, little balls of rubber come off your
That's right.
tyres
The tires, yeah.
and they make it into a skating ring. Now, it happens all the time here. So that's probably them being wise and not going out and risking it. But there we are, enough of the weather. Even worse news, of course, is Mandelson and Co., let's call it. And lots are going on here that we've known about in the industry for a long time. Mandy Mandelson is what he was used to be called, of course, under Blair. And the first thing is, how much did Tony Blair know?
Yeah, of course he knew. Of course he knew. They all know. They are, as I said earlier today, I mean, they're just they're a bunch of manipulative, entitled, wealthy men who believe they have power, and they use that to humiliate and to violate people around them, including, women and girls and even little boys. I mean, I've never liked Mandelson. I've never liked him. I think he's very, very articulate, but the way in which he delivers anything, it's very measured, almost to the point, I think, of being slightly patronizing.
Well, yes, it's the black arts, isn't it, with him?
I've never liked him and I've
No,
never trusted him.
doesn't
And
come over well, does he?
yeah, no, I mean, it's just I mean, I just think it's hilarious now that Starmer is going, oh, he has, and quite rightly, he has to be thrown out of the House of Lords. But it wasn't only 2 months ago when he had all faith in Lord Mandelson. Well, what does that say about his judgment of people or his
Well,
assessment of people?
it's him and the civil servants that have supported him.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, it won't be long before you get a whistleblower
Mm.
saying he knew, and I believe he did know. He
Yes, of
took a
course.
chance in desperation.
Yeah, you're talking to Blair or you're talking about Starmer?
Starmer particularly.
Blair was a thoroughly corrupt prime minister. I didn't like him either. People liked him. Teflon Tony,
Yes.
slippery character. But I didn't like him either. But I don't think I think he's probably covered it over better than Starmer. He's probably more intelligent than Starmer. He's got more charisma than Starmer. I mean, Starmer is just,
Who hasn't?
well, it doesn't, you haven't got to look far, have you? I mean, my kitchen broom has got more, more about
But I'll
it.
tell you what, in all this saga, something, as they say, stinks in the kingdom. And that something is the amount of evidence, inverted commas, the amount of photographs. Now, surely the victims of these photographs knew a photograph was being taken, an email being sent. We've got millions of things. So, two things here. Number one, was this being used to identify people and even go as far as to say blackmail people?
I'd say the latter. I'd say the latter because I don't I don't understand why these people have been photographed in these compromising positions. I mean, why would you take a photograph of Mandelson in his dressing gown talking to
Yes.
Epstein? Least of all, why would you take him in his underpants? Oh, that is utterly gross. And was it a girl in the dressing gown as well that one?
Well, she had her face blacked out, of course.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, what was he? I mean, he's gay, so I mean, but why? Who? Why would you be photographed looking like that? Did he know who was being photographed? And Andrew crawling all over that person, that girl that's flat on the floor. Oh, okay, so she was 26 years old, so that's consent. She didn't have to do it. But why were all these photographs taken? And also, there's one I think I saw a video the other day of Epstein chasing around two little young teenagers around a table. I mean, why were these people all photographed? I mean, I would never let people I wouldn't let people photograph me like that. I mean, I think it was used in his sort of like photo file to blackmail anybody that didn't do what he wanted. I mean, a thoroughly despicable person, Epstein. And then you've got Ghislaine Maxwell. No one comes out of this shining in glory. Absolutely nobody. Because Ghislaine Maxwell, even if she had been groomed by him, which she may well have been, it wouldn't have been long before she realized that she was getting these girls for his revolting sexual pleasure. At which point, what right-minded woman would carry on with that? And I think now I see that the Clintons have now said they will testify, whereas before they said they wouldn't, and they wrote a letter. But I think so should Andrew testify. If Mandelson has got to go to Congress, every single person who has been with their name on this, the person who was the pilot for his plane, he used to log the names, didn't he? Those names, every one of those people should be in Congress. Let's get this out in the open and put it to bed and he can't, because the people that are getting traumatized by this are the women who, as all these grubby things are coming out, they're just like a bunch of slugs, they really are. As these grubby, salacious things come out for the munching of the public to get off on, the women who will have the memory of what happened to them when they were little girls, and they are being re-traumatized. And also, their names have not been redacted from the documents. And that's appalling.
It is. There's lots of bizarre things going on here. You got a trail, as we mentioned, of Blair of Brown.
Yeah,
Now,
yes.
Brown surprises me, or does it? Because he was supposed to be a churchman and better than Tony Blair, when he eventually took over. Then, of course, the Starmer, and then there's Fergie, who's been revealed in all her glory.
Well, she's a parasite. She's an absolute parasite. And she took her girls to meet Epstein and then describes him as, oh, the best brother I never had, sort of thing. Well, I mean, I'm glad I haven't got a brother if that's what I mean, why would you do that? I mean, I do not believe people that went to his place on that island, that those girls were all tucked away somewhere. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
And there's the staff, all the staff should testify as well. All of them.
It certainly is bizarre. Lots of things are in all this. And there's more to come, of course. But let's stick with royalty for a little while. And it firmly is obvious, I believe, that the palace knew about this quite a long time ago.
Yes, they did. Have you ever seen that? Who was it? I can't remember. It was one of the guys who was one of his security guards. And he said, Andrew was an absolute prick. He really was obnoxious. And, he just ordered them to do this, do that, don't tell anyone, blah, blah, blah. And I think something happened, and this particular guy did end up going to prison for something, but he came out and spoke very candidly about what it was like to be in Andrew's employ. Now, I saw his PA, her because I taught in a school near Sunnydale, and his PA, the children went to the school I taught at, and he came along one day to view it. And listen, it was a Catholic school, and the nuns were going on about what an obnoxious man he is. And he was absolutely spoilt brat. Absolutely. And again, with Andrew, I mean, he should be going over there because he paid off the Guifrey girl, didn't he? Who actually sadly took her own life. And well, you don't do that if you're innocent, do you? I mean, if someone said to me and accused me of doing anything that was just so absolutely abhorrent, like he's been accused and everybody. I'd be on the first flight over to say, get me in court because I'm innocent. I wouldn't pay someone out of mummy's purse to shut them up.
No.
I mean,
Um,
why would you?
Indeed, why would you? Moving to the side and looking at it at a distance, you have got to get back to Starmer,
Mm,
who I'm sure knew about the past. And I know of nobody, certainly in recent history, that has survived so far with all he's been up to.
I know.
And this should be the last nail in the coffin, if
Well, it should
anything is.
be. It should be, but I bet he survives it. I mean, it was brilliant. I was on this program yesterday with Mike Graham, and he did a monologue about Starmer, and it was hilarious what he was saying about and what has he actually achieved by going to China and why? Why? I mean, it's because he's a Marxist, and he
Nothing. I mentioned on a recent program that we've done about China because we get news from all over the world, and most of my time is spent fact checking. And you will be amazed how much more honest the newspapers are. I'll give you an example: the Japan Times we get in English, and I thought, oh. Keir Starmer is over there this very day. Let's see what the headlines are. Well, I'll tell you what the headlines were in the Japan Times. There was a third line bureaucrat from Donald Trump in DC sent over there to plan just to plan Donald's trip there in about 6 weeks' time. That was the headline. Before the sport on the back page, the last item was Keir Starmer's here, full stop. Although there was an article saying that this man had come over here by a journalist. This is one of the medium power countries in the world. In other words, downplaying it's a waste of time. You've got no influence what you're doing even in Japan, never mind China. And it's all right saying he's performing on the world stage. He's not. He's doing damage. He's come back with nothing from China. It's all window dressing once
hey,
again. But I'll tell you what is not window dressing that he's very pleased with. He's arranged a 2 week meeting with the EU to discuss how Britain can be reintegrated, and Europe want Britain to be reintegrated.
do they? That's worrying.
Yes, and they've given up with France. France has given up with itself. It's in a worse state than Britain. Maybe they want Britain to replace France. Goodness only knows. But the intention is there to undo Brexit.
But
That is
how?
wicked.
Oh, he's going to do this without a referendum, is he?
Well, like he does everything else, whether it was
Like everything
ID
else he does.
cards,
Yeah, absolutely.
everything by the back door.
The Chinese embassy, not even listening to MI5 or MI6.
No,
I mean, and I'm as for the, I mean, I saw, I mean, this the stuff about these asylum seekers are doing more and more rapes. I'm so pleased that Rhiannon White's mum
yes.
is thinking of suing him because true, that bloke should have not been in the country. He should have been deported.
The
The
blood
fact,
is at the feet of you, Keir Starmer. How dare you, when you can, stop all this with a stroke of a pen,
perhaps he
like
could.
Trump did in America, even though
Exactly.
it was much more difficult for him. It's easy for us. We've
Yes,
got plenty of Scottish islands. If they bypass the Navy in the Channel and
absolutely.
they can't turn everything back, stick them on a Scottish island.
It is. You could those sort of like what they called the COVID hospitals that they were building that they knocked up really quickly. You could do that on these islands. It wouldn't be difficult at all. And then
No, he
you do
doesn't want it. The man is a globalist.
Yes,
Is the
absolutely.
WEF, the World Economic Forum.
Hmm.
That's what he wants together with a wonderful
Yes.
globalist law as an international lawyer. And he's killing people. And Britain, why are you letting it happen?
I
Not in
don't,
all of
that's
Britain.
what I don't understand. I don't understand that he is like omnipotent, isn't he? You know, I mean, that nobody seems to be able to stop him.
Well, Crowborough, why don't we have Crowboroughs all over Britain?
I mean that well, that's right. I mean, I just think they're brilliant. They had thousands out the other day marching, and I mean, they say they're not going to give up. And and neither should they. I mean, no one should. No one should. I mean, but you see, you have all these. It was Braintree as well. They did something the other day, Braintree. But people are doing all these things, but nothing is actually happening. Nothing's actually happening.
Let me tell you one guarded thought I've had about the whole lot. And that's the elephant in the room, if Nigel Farage will forgive me. Because when does he want Starmer out of the way?
Mm.
Starmer is his asset at the moment.
Yes.
And if he goes and somebody, I'm going to say half decent, but there's very little option there in the Socialist Party, get in there and turn things even a little way around. That's not going to do Nigel any good. Is this why he's not really getting in there?
Well, it does make you wonder, doesn't it? Because I have a fear that, Reform is becoming like a quasi-Tory party. The number that are going over there, I mean, I don't think that's a good idea in a way, because I think it's almost as bad as linking up with the Tories, which if they did that, they wouldn't get any votes at all. People would just say, oh, well, it's just us, if you're going to join forces with them, then, we're not going to vote. And I do think I'm not so sure it's a great idea to have taken all these people, like the big hitters like Jenrick and what's it, Braverman. I'm not so sure that it was a great idea, because I think people are beginning to think, what's he up to? What's he up to?
Unless it's one of the old grandees. Now,
Yes,
I'm surprised that people like David Davis and co, who are traditional Tories and not one of the wets, what
yes,
would happen if two or three of them came over?
yes, yes.
That would cause a stir.
Yes, yes. Yeah, well, that's true. No, that would. I think it would make people really sit up. But then on the other hand, that would make Reform look more Tory, wouldn't it?
Yes, but Nigel is a Tory at heart,
Yes, yes.
and maybe he sees that as the best way of getting in there. But I'll tell you what, unless he does, or another radical, but there's no other radical except as a coalition, and that frightens me because there's
Oh,
no power in a
100%.
coalition.
Oh God, no. No, we don't need that. And I know, I mean, I just worry that we've got another 3.5 years of this geezer in charge. I mean, what damage is he going to be doing in that time? I mean, you couldn't. I mean, I knew he'd be bad. I mean, I've never voted for Labour. I never would. And I knew he'd be bad, but I didn't think he'd be as bad as this.
No, let me give you another example that has come out the woodwork with Labour. And I'm glad some part of the mainstream media got hold of this. We got a hold of it about 4 or 5 days ago. And that is the fiddling of the NHS numbers, the
Oh,
data.
yes.
That is wicked. Oh, well, there's 80 odd thousand less people in the queue now. Well,
Yeah.
that's true, only because they've gone round to all the departments and said, do you really need an operation? Isn't physiotherapy a good idea? That's a good way of getting them off the list that the data that is produced around these false figures. They are cheats and they are liars, and that's not the only example.
No, I mean, they have lied from the moment they got in. So it's almost endemic within them, isn't it? I mean, but to be if Starmer went, who would be half okay? I mean, we're streeting. I mean, we got all this stuff with the puberty blockers in the NHS, which is absolutely outrageous. That is child abuse. It's appalling, absolutely appalling. You got the NHS still going along with the trans thing. I mean, they are completely woke. I mean, it's just that wherever you turn. Did you see that? Rachel Reeves is trying to stop or do something or other about the repair of old churches.
Yes, I mean,
And what's that all about?
well, it's about mean-spiritedness. These are dolly mixtures, frankly. We're not talking about big things here, but basically they're about killing Middle England, killing the shires.
Yes,
They're going to do
and because people like where I live, we're too white.
well. They want to make the little villages for everybody of whatever the ethnic basis they are. Now, just think about that. What's in most villages? You've got a church, they're not going to be interested in that. They've got a pub,
Pub.
they're not going to be interested in that. But I tell you what they're least interested in is dogs.
Oh,
They've
yes, because
actually stated
I know.
we don't like dogs. Now,
No, no, it's the Muslims that don't like dogs.
yes, because they don't allow them in the house. When we
Mm,
first came to Spain centuries ago, actually, it was the same. They
yeah.
were not pets. All they were it was guard dogs in the
That's
garden.
right. That's right. It was when we lived there. They have like what I would call the handbag dogs, don't they? They're allowed in the
They've
house.
got little handbag dogs now
Little
because
handbag dogs are they?
because
But I mean, apart from
the,
that, the big dogs, like you say, they're chained up. It's awful to see.
yeah, yeah.
It's dreadful to see. And then one starts barking, and every single village for miles around, they all start
The
barking, don't they?
Spanish are completely tone deaf about noise. It will go on all night. Whatever
It's
noise it is, they
awful.
love
It's
it.
same in Portugal. It's awful. One dog, and they can hear it like miles away, and another one barks. It's just like a cacophony of awful dog choir. It's dreadful. It's absolutely dreadful. But I mean, I mean, I was looking the other day though that I mean, Richmond in Surrey, and there were these asylum seekers literally battering this shop window,
Yes.
and there were some in the NHS that were shoving chairs, trying to break into the
A
door of the
table. It
hospital.
was trying to smash a table through the
That's right. That's right.
internal window. I thought,
That's right. Absolutely dreadful. And no one's stopping. Why aren't they on the first bus home? I mean, I really hope I wrote to somebody today who has been helping manage media and everything like that, and also uh, what's it called, GoFunding for Lucy Connolly, and um, and they raised 160,000 for Lucy Connolly because I mean her husband had to give up work and all the rest of it, look after the kids. But I said to this lady who's helping Lucy Connolly, I said, why don't you phone GB News if you've got a contact and ask for Rhiannon White's mum? Because I think a lot, I reckon they get probably 500,000 because people are so outraged about what that put. It's absolutely dreadful. And I mean, being murdered is bad enough, but it was the way in which he did it and the dancing and laughing and oh, it's just awful. And then there've been other ones that go, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with raping women. Well, you know, well, there is in this country, pal, and yet they get away with it.
I'm going
I
to
don't know
say
how anyone's going to stop it.
it will be stopped. Things will be right eventually, but how long eventually is, I don't know. It depends. Well, it depends on you, Brit voter. And on me, I'm still a Brit voter.
Oh, are you?
Yes, and I can vote in Britain, and there are various ways and means. But we're going to escape all the doom and gloom for a little while. And instead of going at the foodie bit at the end, we're going to have it in the middle. And it has appeared that people are worried about preservatives in food.
Oh, yeah, me too.
We all know about over manufactured food.
Yeah.
Stay clear of it. But the enemy appears to be the sulfates and the sulfites. Now, they're in lots of things, and you've got to be so careful. It's on the label, you can see it. And cooked meats are a particular villain. Avoid them. Don't go completely OTT, but where, as an example, you can get a good Parma type ham or a Spanish equivalent that's
Yeah.
got
I
no.
love Parma ham.
Yes, I mean that's left in the semi-open to cure, hanging there for sometimes up to 2 years.
Really?
The mind boggles, and salted, of course, and it's a great original preservative is salt. You like salt, don't you? Yes,
I
you.
love salt.
Yeah, but mind the cooked meats, and that includes the chorizo, of course, that's full of chemicals. There
Yeah,
is
I'm not a fan
chorizo
of,
that
I
is,
really don't like, I'm not a fan of chorizo at
I mean,
all.
oh, it's tasty in stews. It's gorgeous. I'm
Yeah,
not allowed
I'm
it
not a
because it's
fan. I
pig.
think it's got a very hugely distinctive, pungent taste and smell.
Well, yeah, so they use a lot of paprika in all these, don't they?
I
So,
don't mind the paprika, but I just don't like the way it just seems to dominate a dish.
well, there again, it's left hanging, so it matures or putrefies. No, it matures. The other thing that's coming out on the foodie front is porridge. Now, porridge is quite complicated, and you sort of scratch your head and think, which is good, which is bad? Well, let's say at the start of this, all porridge is good.
Right?
The least good porridge, of course, is the 3 minute porridge in the sachets,
Oh yeah.
because they are heated before they put them in the sachets.
Oh, okay.
And so they're quite manufactured, not over the top. They're still good for you. It's more what you put on the top of the porridge. You can overdo
Yogurt.
yogurt. Oh, yeah, yogurt's all
I
right.
do Greek yogurt and blueberries.
And well, that's fine. That's good for you. Don't overdo it. There's a lot of sugar in fruit at times. But yeah, steel cut porridge is recommended. Now, what do you mean
Which one?
steel cut? Steel cut. It's where they get the original oats and cut them by steel, and it leaves bigger flakes. So you get the husk and all the goodies on the
Ah,
skin,
because
as it
yes,
were.
because you can get the what they call jumbo oat porridge, can't you?
That's right. That's even better. There's an Irish porridge that is also very good, apparently. Never had it, but it is. But it's the least processed it is, the better it is. And instant, of course, it's good for you, but if you get the one that takes a little bit longer, you do yourself no end of good. And the other big thing that we've been pursuing this week, Freudian slip there, is bread. Now, supermarket bread, the average loaf, is not doing you a lot of good. It's full of preservatives
Mm,
and things to make it soft and squashy, which
yeah.
I know you like soft and squashy. But there you go. It's not good for you. If you can, crumpets. I was going to mention that. Crumpets, because it's highly refined, get the sourdough ones.
Uh-huh,
They're
okay.
slightly sour, but with butter it actually mixes. And they're a much better option, sourdough crumpets. The reason being is that sourdough actually, in one sense, doesn't need a lot or any yeast because it matures itself,
Okay.
expands itself. So that's the tip for the week about bread. It's all right going for all the grainy bread, the brown bread, but quite honestly, it's just the same as white bread.
You really need an artisan baker, don't you,
Well
really?
done. If you've got the baker at the end of
Yeah,
the road, and they're very
yeah.
few and far between,
They are. We've got one in the next village, and it's
but you
absolutely
need to
lovely.
ask him what
Mm.
you putting in your bread.
Yeah, it's
Besides a
nice.
bit of salt and water.
But if I had to choose between bread and potatoes, it would be potatoes every time.
Oh,
You can only have one or the other. Always be potatoes. I love potatoes. Any which way you want to cook them, I love them. That's it. And I love jacket potatoes. Absolutely love jacket potatoes.
they're so versatile, aren't they?
They're also very good for you if you eat the skins.
Well,
They've got,
yes, a good jacket potato.
yeah, yeah.
If you have an air oven, that's preferred because A, it does it quicker, and you can get it nice and fluffy on the outside,
Mm.
inside, but the outside is the tasty bit. Don't throw it away. We have a member of the household here that actually scoops out the centre and just eats the centre. I mean, that's a capital offence.
It's a prisonable offence.
We don't let
But
her
no, but
forget it.
there was a dietitian or nutritionist, sorry, on Five Live about 6 months ago. I was listening to, and he was saying that everyone should have a jacket potato a day because there's so many minerals in it, and they're really really good for you. Like baked beans, another one. Baked beans. I always remember my doctor telling me when my elder son never ate a thing other than baked beans. He said, "You can honestly live on baked beans and water, and you will be healthy. And you can't the amount of
But,
stuff
but
that's in the baked beans."
make your own. It's not only is it marginally cheaper, the taste is phenomenal, but you've got to have a good tomato sauce to put in it.
Yes,
But
that's
you
right. So
can make
what are
that.
they? Are they haricot beans? Are they haricot beans?
Well, they call them pinto here. I don't know what that's in
Oh
you.
yeah, yeah, maybe they are. That's probably right. Yeah, no, you can get pinto beans. Yeah. Do you have to soak them?
No, they come in bottles. It's all done for
Oh,
you.
okay.
Well, it is here. I don't know whether it's the same in UK. There you go. She's looking it up now on the internet. Whisper sweetly so we can't hear you with AI. And oh, we've been having fun with AI, by the way, this
All
week.
right.
And we found out some naughties. So be careful when you use it. And one of the naughties we found out is that the one that is the cheapest, the chat GTB or whatever it's called, that one is the used popularly. But where do they get their information from?
I know.
Well, I
I
found
know.
out they get a lot of it from The Guardian because The Guardian also online is free. And we all know the problems. They do some good journalism occasionally, but most of the time it's very, very left wing.
Oh
You
yeah.
don't get
Yeah.
the truth. And
Yeah.
therefore, you don't get the truth using chat either.
Mm, mm.
The one that's been recommended at the moment, I mean, will cost you, except in its basic format, is Gemini, which is a Google product, and you get it on your phone and you put it on your computer and you can talk to it. Sometimes take a bit longer than you think, 2 or 3 minutes to come up with an answer if it's a particularly difficult subject. If you get the professional version of it, it's quicker, but you have to pay for it. And it comes,
Always,
yes, but it
always.
does come with clever little algorithms, etc., for you to spread the good news even further. So you've got to pay for a decent one, basically, but well worthwhile. But it
I
does
need to
need,
start fiddling around with AI to see, I sort of avoided it like the plague, but I think as it can be quite useful. I got to do some
it can,
research and
it
I
can,
and I
and it can be amusing. I mean, if you go through to a simple one and it says, "Can we make your script into a sitcom?" as an
yeah.
example, can we make it funny? And you write something that is boring, and it does just that. It's worth having a go to learn about it because it
I'm
does
quite
really.
pleased that my little granddaughter is in well she's 5, so she's in year 1, and there was a parents meeting the other night, and my son said it was really interesting how this particular school is literally teaching the children how to use AI and teaching them to research that the facts are correct, that the people on ChatGPT that people are falling in love with that they don't realize that it's an avatar.
Yeah, word of caution, they've just come out with another. Well, no, it's a quite big survey, and they found that AI in a lot of people is causing depression. Not if you work with it, because it's in a workspace,
Yeah.
but if you get a friend in particular in your
Yes.
bedroom and work with AI that way,
Yeah.
then you've got a good chance of becoming depressed. Beware.
Yes. Well, yeah, I wouldn't have any screen. I don't even have any television in my bedroom. I just don't think it's good vibes.
Well, you're warned about sleeplessness, not to watch television
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
you go to sleep. It's the blue light or whatever it is. I'm afraid I don't need any encouragement to sleep. I
Yeah.
sleep, and I also watch the late night news
Excuse
and
me.
the early morning news.
Yeah, yeah. I used to.
Dad,
Yeah, I used I used to for years. I used to always read when I went to bed. Oh, it may be only 2 or 3 pages, and I probably read the same 2 or 3 pages the next night. But the last 6 weeks, I just go zonkaroo. I hit the pillow, and that's me gone.
but oh yes, let's go to Blackburn and Darwin up there in Lancashire, and they're part of this scam again. Circ here, 4.6 million people will be denied a vote in the
Oh, it's
local
dreadful.
election.
It's
But when you
dreadful.
have a look at Darwin and Blackburn, or the other way around, Blackburn is bigger than Darwin, but they're very close together. They've decided to do it, they say, because it's actually going to save £200,000 in leaflets and every other thing to get an election put there. But you suddenly find that among the goodies that they spend money on is £30,000 just spent on migrants' mental health.
Oh dear, what about ours?
Well, we are
God,
suffering more than them, can I say? But this is all part of the woke lefty loot
unbelievable.
that are in power.
Unbelievable.
And they're in power because we are now officially, because I've said it, a banana republic. You tell me the difference between here and many countries overseas.
It's just depressing. It's really
Perhaps
depressing.
uh, our friend Mr. Trump has had a bit of experience in Venezuela and shortly with other states, probably Cuba. Perhaps he should do a trial in Britain and come in and send some aircraft
Well,
carriers.
I thought it might all kick off today with Iran because haven't they sent about 30 odd missiles or something onto his aircraft carrier or something?
Yes, it's a very delicate situation.
Yeah, it's almost like they're goading him, isn't it?
It is, and we've mentioned before that one of the factors is Israel. They're not ready to be attacked at
Uh,
the moment. They've got to polish up their dome, their missile protection system.
uh,
We have found this out from Jerusalem. They're not ready for it because the first country that will suffer is going to be Israel.
mm,
That's
mm.
one reason for the delay. I hope it's not much longer because 50,000 people would have
Talking
died
about
for nothing.
talking about that neck of the woods, though, did you see now who was it? There was somebody from the United Arab Emirates who
Yes,
was saying how they are rejecting, and given it fact that they are Muslim,
yes,
rejecting any radical Muslimists.
they are, and that's good
Like, it's good, but why can't we do it? That is a Muslim country.
because it helps lead us into a global situation and gets more votes
Yeah, but you wouldn't mind if they were decent
of
people
election.
coming over, but they're not.
No. We are in a pickle. We know that, but I'm confident that we will get out to it. But if you analyze the fall of empires throughout history,
No.
it's exactly happened to Britain.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's all right saying, no, the empire fell in 50 years. Yeah, this one has been taking 200 years, but it's fallen. We've A, given it away, like
Mm,
Chagos
mm,
Island, or B, we've just got completely within ourselves. The woke has won, and but whatever happens, sadly, the British Empire is over.
mm,
Don't expect it to come back,
mm,
not for the next X amount of decades or even
mm,
centuries.
mm.
But we can still hold our head up in pride, with pride. If we get many other things right, the world will still come to us. At the
Mm.
moment, let's be honest, especially over the pond, they're laughing at us.
No,
Oh, they're feeling so sad.
well,
We've
they're
got
not
to
just
be
over the
armed up.
pond. I think I don't know over the pond. I think over over everywhere.
Yes. Well,
But I
there you
suppose,
go. Let me ask you a question.
go
I
on.
don't know whether it applies in GB. Um, there's a right scam here between the delivery people who vary, like Britain, good, bad, and not so bad. And you get lots of things delivered by Mr. Amazon, of course, and other carriers. But at the end of every email that is sent out saying your parcel will be delivered on X date, but you can contribute to the climate change and arrange to pick this up at one of our depots. Now, why do they do that? Well, they do it A, to save money, B, they're telling porcupines, because if you analyse it, 20 people driving their own vehicles to a depot
Exactly.
instead of one van coming out. It's a con, it's a scam.
Absolute con. Absolute con. Is anybody going to fall for it?
Well, I don't know, they do over here, do they? What about Britain?
I haven't heard that one. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I know there are the ones I've had most problem with have been Yodel. They're the ones that I've seen. I've caught them out two or three times where they've said they delivered something and they absolutely haven't because I've actually got a ring bell so I can see who's coming up the path. So, I'm sorry you didn't come. And there's a lot of jiggery pokery going on there where they will forge a signature and they keep the gift or keep whatever the parcel is.
Yes, it's dead easy. Or the chief artist here will liberally throw it over a fence
Oh
because
yes,
they
yes, yeah.
can't find it very easily.
Oh, that's right. And you leave, I have got a laminated label on my front door. Please leave all parcels in the shed on the right. I have found it down the side of the barbecue. I found it down by the cabin, down the bottom of the garden. And I clearly say, white door unlocked.
Yeah, they can't read either, I know. Reverting to Mr. Starmer, Sir Keir, and what he's up to. Of course, this nonsense about engine parts. I'm returning from China with this wonderful agreement because I mean, that's even worse than one in, one out that he tried with Macron, isn't it? And
But no,
it's
it's
achieved
one out and
nothing.
it's one out and three in, isn't it?
No, it's much more than that, actually.
God.
But yeah, you got the picture. And anything he's done is rearranging the proverbial chairs on the Titanic
Not even
that
as good
are
as
going to
that.
cost him nothing.
But not even as good as that though. He's a complete and utter. Well, if he
Be
was going on
careful, be
about
careful.
climate change, if he wants to go on about net zero and climate change, why is he always on a plane?
Well, I'm going to change the subject again and go on to stress. We've got enough stress talking on this program. And what causes stress, which causes high blood pressure? There are a number of factors in high blood pressure. One is stress, and then is due genetics. It tends to run
Yes,
in family.
yes, yeah, it can run in families, can't it?
Yes, and then it's excess sodium, salt, and there's another low potassium problem quite often. And there is inactivity, and then there is excess weight, and then there is alcohol. Well, there's hope for you because you've only got 7 out of 8 of those.
I'm marinated.
Well, those all contribute. Some people are really affected by lack of potassium. Well, stick a banana in your gob, as they say up north. That's good for potassium. Magnesium as well.
Magnesium is important.
It is indeed. So if you can adjust your diet to include that, don't forget the doctor with the ordinary medicine. But these things can change things quite drastically. And the food you eat, particularly high fiber foods, water is good for blood
Yeah,
pressure.
water
Yeah,
is
your
absolutely
favorite.
essential.
And what happens with fiber and water is that it actually expands your blood vessels, which lowers your BP, your blood pressure. And if you're talking about food, how about this for an ideal food? But do your own thing. And it's very simple. If you have a piece of cod, now over here we get dried cod, which sounds awful,
It's
salted cod.
revolting.
Well, it depends how you treat it and cook it. Talking ordinary cod, you can buy frozen cod or fresh cod. There is a difference, of course. Cod is very expensive over here,
It's over here as well.
nearly as much as UK. But if you buy a frozen cod, and I think we've mentioned this before, use your air fryer and stick
Mm,
it in frozen, and it really works.
mm,
It comes out succulent. You've got to put a bit of olive oil on and various herbs or even spices, but it really is a nice product. Get some vegetables, even fried in olive oil, a little bit is good for you. Get your favorite herbs out. Don't be afraid of using them and testing them. And make your own sauce. And the best way of doing this is don't forget the lemon. Lemons can transform a dish.
mm,
And can I mention the following? A lot of people are still using coated frying pans. Yes, the coating is not so cancer producing as it was,
mhm,
but it can be, especially if you're using metal utensils where you're not supposed to. But if you buy a professional kit of frying pans made with stainless steel, oh, well, it'll stick. Well, let me give you a trick to stop that. If you buy a professional pan, there are 3 layers of stainless steel deliberately.
mm,
A, it lasts longer. It's better for certain cooking facility. You can stick it on gas or whatever you like. It will cook beautifully. But the 3 layers give it a non-stick quality, not totally. You still have to get the some of the skin of the fish off if it's got burnt. But it really comes up with a fantastic product because if you use the right herbs and spices, you get a nice crusty skin.
mm.
If you're not using the air fryer but using the frying pan to cook the aforementioned fish, and it really is delicious. And the tip is pan, nothing in it. Heat it on nearly full for 1 minute. Turn it off and then put a little bit of olive oil and then start cooking. But cook quick.
Mm,
Everybody, from the amateur point of view, lets things stew almost
mm,
when they're
mm,
cooking. You watch
mm.
a professional chef, it's bang, bang, bang. Not only when they're cutting herbs up,
Oh, I love watching them. I love watching them chop.
yeah,
It's
but
incredible. It's such
when
an
you cook
art.
it, it's heat at the right stage,
Yeah.
hot heat.
Mm,
So you cook it so it doesn't go hard inside. It's easily done with
mm,
fish. And the same
mm.
with steaks. Ask the victim whether they like rare, medium rare, or whatever. I
Oh,
must
look.
say, we escaped this weekend because we had the family over. And if you can take a mortgage out, uh, fortunately, we weren't paying everything. Um, Fresh tuna is
No,
unbelievable.
don't like it.
No, why?
Just don't like it. I really don't. I find it quite dry. I don't like monkfish.
No, it's not. You ask for it medium rare and it melts in your mouth and it's
Mm.
absolutely gorgeous. But if you buy the frozen stuff or in a can,
Oh,
it's
and it's not the
horrible.
same. No, I know it's not. It's nothing
But
like.
the fresh
No,
stuff, it's
no, no.
not the
It's nothing
same
like.
beast. So there you go. But it ain't cheap, of course.
Oh God, no, God.
Well, we've come to the end, young lady. Sorry to bore you with some cooking tips, but play around with it. Cooking is important because it helps your whole
It is
body.
important. It is important. And
And
we have a fish man that comes down from Grimsby in the local village car
oh,
park actually every Thursday. But I thought I'd march down there one day and get a couple of halibut steaks. And
oh, go on, how much you
yes,
pay?
£18.
Oh, well, that's not bad if it's from Grimsby all the way
What?
down.
How much?
Well, we paid two steaks here, fresh
I do like halibut.
£9. No,
Oh,
€9. It's less than £9,
no,
and it was absolutely gorgeous.
no, it is. It's lovely. It is lovely if you know how to cook it.
And it's
Again,
not
it's how you.
not full
I
of
think the
bugs.
whole thing about fish, it's how you cook it, and
Yes,
people do took it. They cook it for too long, without a doubt.
we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
And I promise you one thing. I've been discovering things about brain fog.
Oh,
Well, I thought of you and I thought, who do I know that's got a foggy brain? And it's Marilyn. So this is the cure for brain fog.
what fish?
No,
What?
I'm not telling you. You'll have to tune in next week.
Probably showering in cold water or something like that.
No, it's not that. Well, as a bit of a teaser, they've now absolutely confirmed that there's a direct link between the gut and the brain,
Oh yes, yes,
and
yes.
it's all part of that.
And that's a link with Parkinson's as well.
It is, it is.
Mm, mm.
So we'll cheer you up next week. Have a good week.
Whatever will the news be by then, I wonder.
Yeah, see how many other million documents come out. See where Sir Keir is.
Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, then talk to you later on then. Have a good week, everybody. Bye bye.